Here we go, ladies and gentlemen, bout 8 of the evening. 3 by 6 minute rounds in the 61.2 kilogram lightweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the red corner. He's trained by Rosa from the Scapan squad in Indonesia. With an official weight of 61.8 kilograms, he has a record of 54 fights with 2 draws and 24 wins. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Blade, Arief Blader! And his opponent, fighting out of the blue corner. He is trained by Adam Wills from Hammer's Gym. With an official weight of 61 kilograms, he has a record of 11 fights for 11 wins. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Hammer, Clint Hosking!
We trust you are enjoying our coverage here on WTV. This is the co-main event of Thunderdome 30. Yes, the 30th edition of Thunderdome. It is Clint the Hammer Hosking taking on the Blade, Arief Blader. Clint Hosking, the Hammer, is in the blue trunks. Blader in the black and white. And a long time coming, the long return for the Hammer, Clint Hosking.
He comes out firing with a big overhand right. He's not going to land that without setting up his punches against Blader, because Blader is experienced. He's been to Thunderdome 3 times and he's yet to taste defeat here. Some say he had a fight against Jacob McBride that many thought that he did win, but he didn't get the decision, so he's going to be hungry to get his first win here on Thunderdome.
Blader is a veteran, has had a lot of fights, and he started off his career with a lot of wins, but he's just been on a skid of late, and he'd be desperate to get the victory tonight, and especially he sees an opportunity against a guy that he feels that he might have a bit of ring rust after being out of the ring for so long, and he's looking to take that O off the Hammer. Yeah,
well, Clint's got his work cut out for him. He hasn't got an easy fight to come back, because as you said, he's got a lot of experience, but Clint looks pretty relaxed in there. He's always, as I said, he's always had the good skill. It's just whether his hands can hold up. So, you know, hopefully he can obviously look. He's trying to set up his jab, which is really good. And that's what's going to set up the rest of his punches. They both look calm. They both look relaxed. And they've both got plenty of time. It's obviously 6 rounds. So it's a good start to the fight.
And again, what must give Hosking a lot of confidence as well is support as well. And having a trainer like Adam Wills. Again, I know Adam Wilt for a long time now, and he used to be a boxer himself, but he has got a very good and smart boxing brain, so very smart and knows a lot about the sport, so he would have known a lot about Arief Blader and come in with a good game plan for tonight.
Yeah, he's got a good corner, as you said, with Wills in the corner. He's got the big rig, Dale Phillips. Look, Adam Wills, gutsy, one of Australia's gutsiest boxers. We could rattle off a list of names of who he trained with and trained under, but Angela Hyder, he finished off his career with a H. He's been around, so he's definitely got good brains in his corner, does Clint.
About 30 seconds ago, as I was saying that, Arief Blader did land a good punch on the Hammer, but he seemed to have recovered quite nicely, and he's going to look to use his jab and his speed advantage that he should have over Blader as well.
Yeah, look, hopping in against a guy that's had nearly 60 fights. He's a cagey veteran. He knows what he's doing. He's got some skill of his own. He's thrown some good, clean punches. Clint's got his work cut out from early on, but he looks calm. And he looks like he's handling himself pretty well. But
there's a nice punch there by Blader. Hosking retreats and tries to compose himself, but it's a good start by Blader.
Yeah. He's thrown some really good punches. Clint's keeping his hands up nice and high. I think he definitely was hurt by that shot. That right hand came over the top of his jab. So
Two good punches really thrown well by Blader in this opening stanza. But it's going to be interesting to see what the judges think, because I think that Clint has probably landed more shots. But again, the two of the best punches of the round actually came from Blader.
Yeah, look, that was a really good first round. I'm really impressed with that. That's good technical boxing. Both boys are using their distance, started off with their jabs, trying to set up their punches. Both had their hands up nice and high. Both started with good movement. That was a really good first round.
The beautiful Sandy and Sarah. Big thanks to our Thunderdome ring card girls.
For someone who hasn't fought for a long time, as we said with Clint, he looks very calm in the corner. He's getting some advice, but he looks pretty calm. He's obviously got his gym, you know, how to Hammer's training, and he's got a good support base here. And they're all sitting on the edge of their seat, I think. Again, geez, that was a close round. He's up against a good opponent, as we mentioned before. If he can just sit behind his punches.
Yeah, and of course this co-main event of Thunderdome 30 in the lightweight division, scheduled for 6 3-minute rounds. And that was round number 1 done. It's Clint the Hammer Hosking taking on the Blade, Arief Blader. Brett Panetti here ringside, having a great night ringside with Paul the main man Morrison.
You can see the experience in both of these fighters, but they come out to start the rounds. They start off with those jabs. They sit on the punches. They work with movement. They don't just try to lead with big shots like left hooks. And you can see, as I say, that Hammer starts with a bit of an overhand right, but you can see that they really want to set up their punches, which is what's making this a really quality fight.
I think Clint is covering up well when Blader attacks, and he's scoring well like on those occasions as well, to the body and to the head. Nice body shot there by the Hammer.
He set it up nice with a nice jab and left rip. One of the best punches in the book, that left rip. That you feel that for the next 3 weeks. Clint's really using his jab really well. He's finishing his punches with it. He's starting his punches with it, so it's keeping him safe. And then he's throwing his combinations and he's getting away. He's not wanting to stay and engage with Blader. I think that might be because he might have been hurt a bit early on in that first round.
That's a nice counter there by Hosking. He might have caught Blader coming in there, but he seemed to take it well. A lot of Clint's fights in the past have in his undefeated record have gone to decision, so he's tough and durable. Does have 3 KOs on his resume.
Yeah, I think the thing with Clint is just his hands have let him down. He's broken his hands. That's a good combination. And see, he finishes off with that jab, and that's what gets him away. It gets his that distance, and then he can reset. So he's fighting a really smart fight. You see, he's always starting with the jab, finishing with it.
He's starting to take over as well. Again, we thought he was more busy in round 1, but again, a couple of really good shots by Blader in the first, but seems to be more busy, especially second half of round number 2.
Look, when you haven't fought since 2015, he's only going to get better. You know what happens tonight. Look, he's obviously right in the middle of the fight now, but he's only going to get better the longer this fight goes, and whatever happens after that.
Makes you surprised the real boss Rhiannon Hosking actually let him fight again.
Yeah, they change when you become a mum and you're a dad.
Yeah.
Clint's got a good family, so
saw it the way in. Hello, Rhiannon. Very patient young lady.
He's got some great kids running around at the way, and they were having a great time.
They were. I saw a little mini-me Rhiannon as well.
Yeah, well, it's good that Clint's got his family support for his comeback, and it's good that the members of his gyms come down to support him too.
Good finish to round number 2 by both fighters. Both had their moments, but it was the middle part of that round that I thought Hosking was more busy.
Yeah, look, I think that was a really clear round for Clint in the scorecards. That first round was still a very close round.
Very close, yeah.
Not sure which way they're going to go with that one. I think that's definitely Clint round. I think he's starting.
That's what judges look for. Sometimes they look for their power shots, but sometimes they look for scoring shots. Who scores more? So if you look at who scores more, Hosking. If you look for the best couple of punches in of the first round, you got to go with Blader.
Yeah, I think the cleaner shots have probably gone with Clint as well.
Yes.
Definitely, obviously, with the ring ownership and control as well. I think Clint's starting to get in control of that. And it's starting off that jab. He's setting off his punches really well, and then he's getting away, which is what I think is controlling the fight for him, which is what really got him in front of that round. So we'll see if he can keep it up in the third.
Great to see the Hammer back at Thunderdome as well. It's only his second appearance at Thunderdome during his career, so he did say he loved fighting here in his only experience, but I'm sure he's thrilled to be back. Premier boxing promotion that's around Australia is Dragonfire Boxing.
Yeah, Tony Tolge and Angelo H-Ida.
Broadcasting you live, thanks to WTV from Perth Metro City for Thunderdome 30.
Yeah, and as a fighter, Brett, I'm going to give a big shout out to the West TV because, mate, to get them behind these events, it shows people what we do, and it shows that boxers aren't just thugs, mate. It shows that we're a sport.
100%. Great to have the team WTV on board as go back to this great, intriguing co-main event here. Clint the Hammer Hosking taking on the Blade Arief Blader. Said both fighters having their moments through the first 2 rounds, but again, this is the area of what we saw in round number 2 as well, that Clint the Hammer Hosking just getting more busy and landing those shots to the body and then following up top to the head.
Yeah, the thing about Blade, oh, there you go, he's tried to lean in with that right hand. Clint tried to catch him on the way in. Clint's starting to see some punches. He's getting his eye in. He's had some good sparring, I'd say, before this fight, because he looks sharp for someone who hasn't fought for 4 years. And that left hook and left rib.
Presley took a 6-round fight as well. He's used to going a long way the distance, but about to be out of the ring, you wouldn't have complained if he would have accepted a 4-round fight, but just to get back into it. But nah, I'm going to go 6, he said.
And he's fighting a tough opponent because Blader, he can take some shots.
Durable guy.
Yep, he can give out some shots, and at the moment, he's copping some shots. That left side for Clint's really starting to work. That the jab followed up by that left body shot and the hook.
Again with the jab. Crowd getting involved in this one. Again, Hammer Hosking got a lot of fans in Perth Metro City tonight. To hear him cheer after that nice body shot as Blader comes back and Hosking comes back on the count. A good exchange by both fighters then. Another nice body shot, ripping body shot by the Hammer, and he's trying to ramp up the speed, and Blader shakes it off. Whether he's shaking off to say good shot or didn't hurt me, who knows? Only he does.
Yeah, I think he's trying to say it didn't hurt, but as I said, he's finding a home for that left rip, but he's setting it up with that jab first, and then you can see he's trying to now swap sides. But after he's throwing that body shot, like you said, Brett, he's following up after that. He's throwing the left uppercut or he's throwing the left hook. He's not just leaving it on that one punch.
Now, a lot of the fight, especially the fights before, could learn a lot by Hammer because they were doing this sort of stuff, but they weren't following up like Hammer is in this fight.
He's got good movement. It's only subtle. He doesn't look like he moves too far, but he's just got subtle movements, Clint. And that's what's keeping him safe at the moment. His jabs and his movement.
Crowd really getting into this one. Nice way to finish again. As Blader gives a tap on the shoulder to Hosking and say, hey, this is a good fight, good work.
Yeah, it's another good quality round. So another round for Clint, for me in the books. I think he did the majority scoring.
I agree. But again, who are we? At the end of the day, the official judges are the ones that got the decision. And again, there's only been one fight so far tonight that we've disagreed with. I think both of us disagree with the Hayden Wright decision against Humberston. But again, they're the ones that matter. They're the ones that have to watch it closely as well.
Yeah, and that's why the onus is on us fighters, Brett, to make sure that you do enough on the night.
Don't leave it in the hands of the judges, otherwise you risk it.
Yeah, and even when you go to decision, you've just got to make sure you make it a definitive decision. This is a close fight. Look, the first round could go either way. The last two I've given to Clint. I think he's just controlling the ring more, landing the cleaner punches, and he's staying safe. So I think he's starting to work Blader out, and I think Blader's getting a little bit frustrated.
Well, the question of ring rust was there after being out of the ring for so long, and so far he's looking good, isn't he?
Yeah, well, as I said, someone with that amateur pedigree coming from Foxy's gym, you know he's tough, you know he's going to be a workhorse. So he had a great amateur career, and he's obviously had really good quality sparring, as you mentioned as well. He's got Adam Wills in his corner, who's coaching him with Dale Phillips, and he's definitely got a good team behind him, and it's showing in his performance so far. And he's got good support in the crowd too.
Yeah, but what I'm seeing so far in this fight, again, both fighters are having their moments, but I think that Clint Hosking is having more good moments with landing more punches and a bit of speed as well and good movement. It's attributing to that. And then again, Blader's covering up like these sort of moments now, and the body shots and him going up top is working well for him tonight against this durable character.
Yeah, Blader's just happy to sort of cop the punches, which is what you're saying. When Clint's throwing the punches at him, he's sort of just happy to put the gloves up and block it. And he's not countering enough, so that's what's giving Clint time to get away. He's just happy to catch the punch on the gloves, and then by the time he's ready to do something, Clint's gone, just like he's gone there. So when you see Clint fight, he's throwing the punches, Blader just puts the gloves up. He's got to try to counter so that he can try to stop Clint just coming in.
Been a free-flowing fight as well. I said we see again one of the best in the business in Gary Ingraham refereeing, but he hasn't really been needed this one to separate him. Like, you know, not tying up. They're keeping their distance and going to battle. And that's what we like to see in these sort of fights.
Yeah, well, this is good quality boxing, and I will say it's good quality reffing, because you know when they're a good ref when they're not getting involved in the fight. And Gary doesn't generally get involved in the fight unless obviously absolutely needed. Yep. So, but it's good quality boxing, this fight. I think Blader needs to take a trick out of Clint's book, and he can see he's starting to get frustrated. He's starting to rush in. He's not coming in behind his jab.
Coming in that last exchange, so
he's getting
nice
frustrated.
Punch there. Yeah,
he's really starting to get frustrated now that he's not scoring the way that he wanted to, and that's opening now. He's just trying to come in with the one punch as opposed to setting the punches up, which he was doing early on in the fight.
Again, ahead of this co-main event is our feature bout of Thunderdome 30. Action Jackson, England, taking on El Matador, Revo Ringkung. Looking forward to that one and seeing Action Jackson, England back in action at Thunderdome once again.
I'm glad you got that last name right, mate.
I've been saying it all week, and it's probably the first time I stumbled on it. He did say it at the weigh-in last night as well. Looking forward to that one. So we come to the end of this round, and again, busy round for Hosking.
Another really good round there, Brett.
Yep, 4 rounds in the books and 2 scheduled to go if it goes the distance, which it is looking like that so far.
Yeah. We know that one punch can change a fight, but look, credit to both fighters at this stage. They both look like they're in really good shape. You know, they're taking the breath in the corner, but they certainly look like they're fit. So they've come here prepared and they're ready to go.
I said a lot of the fights on Blader's record goes to decision, which shows he is durable. And again, most of his wins, he's had a lot of wins on his record, 24 wins, but a lot of his losses that just came in the last half of his career. So he is a busy fighter. He stays in the ring a lot of the time. So it's probably a good comeback fight for Clint to have, a good tough fight.
Yeah, well, if you wanted a tough fight, he's certainly got one, because Blader's a tough competitor. But Clint's given him a handful of work, and Blader hasn't really answered those questions yet. So it'd be interesting to see what happens with 2 rounds to go, whether Blader comes a little bit more aggressive if he really wants to take this fight, or if Clint can stick to his game plan and keep just outboxing Blader, because that's what's starting to happen the longer this fight goes on.
The thing, at the start of each round, it's like Blader's been sort of waiting for Hosking to throw the first punch, and he's been successful every time. It's like, you should be going after yourself.
Yeah, it was good to see Blader come forward there with a couple of jabs, at least to come forward, to give Clint something to look at before the big punches come. But it's just whether he can maintain that and stick to it, because Clint, you can see, he's very methodical, he's sticking to his game plan, and he's starting to set up those punches, and that's when they're coming.
A couple of punches got there through for Blader, but a lot of them covered up nicely by Hosking. See the crowd really get behind their local boy and Clint the Hammer Hosking back in the ring, first time since 2015, and looking good so far through 4.5 rounds.
Yeah, well, looking over at both corners look like they're pretty confident. They don't seem to be too stressed out about anything that's happening. Blader's corner just looks like they're here for a picnic, actually.
She's always looking like that, Rosa.
Yeah, she's just quite relaxed.
She'll be in the corner of Ringkung in the main event as well.
Yeah, I think she just knows, well, he can handle it. And as you said, Dale and Woolsey over there in the corner of Clint, they seem like they're pretty happy with their fighter too, that he's sticking to the game plan, which I think so far is getting him the decision.
Nice jabs there by the Hammer, Clint Hosking. And again, he's just more busier, and the longer the fight goes on, the fresher this guy looks. And credit to his fitness and his training camp.
Absolutely, because you would have thought that, if there was to be ring rust, you'd think that it'd probably come out in the later rounds, which obviously would be coming up now and in the last round. So he's definitely looking for a home for that left foot to the body. So it'll be interesting to see if he can hit it.
Lovely, nice counter there by the Hammer. And Ringkung coming up next, warming up. But Blader, again, he's had his moments, but too few and far between for mine. He needs to go after him more if he really wants to get this victory. It's slowly slipping out of his gloves and his fingers.
Yeah. You can see those body shots from Clint are starting to have a bit of an effect as they swing on the ropes here. The Hitman.
The Hitman Johnson, welcome back to the Thunderdome. It's been about a year. Best in the business.
He takes some good photos. There's the old Hitman photography. You can check them out.
I know, you've been in some of them.
Well, I don't know if mine were the best looking ones.
It's a nice punch in the round by Blader, but again, not enough to take the round from mine.
Yeah, he's not doing enough to win, obviously, the 3-minute round. Clint's certainly doing that. Look, he's obviously got to change up his game plan. He's got to try to get Clint to engage in the scrappy fight because Clint's really worked him out with his distance. He's keeping really safe. He's only got one round to give it, so he looks fresh, he looks fit. You can see Springer just goes over to say, mate, this is the last round. Clint looks really calm. He looks really relaxed. He's done really, really well for his first fight back in such a long time. I've been really impressed with this. It'd be interesting to know what Blader's corner's saying to him because they don't seem to be talking too much, so they must just be happy to leave it to him to say, well, you know what you've got to do.
Simple message should be, you are behind, you need a knockout if you want to win. But again, Hammer looks like he's really enjoying himself, and he wants to finish off the sixth and final round in on a really high note and put a stamp on his comeback of sorts. But again, been out of the ring for a long time. It's great to see him back, and he's put on a really good performance here at Thunderdome 30.
Yeah, some of the viewers at home might not. You know, they like to see the big knockouts, which we all like to see too, don't get me wrong. We love to be involved in those. But this is really good boxing from Clint. You know, he's really outworked Blader. He
still might come.
Yeah. He's just really outworked him. He's got good range. He's set up with his jab. His movement's been really good.
This is what he's done for the most of his career. He grinds down his opponents and takes over in the later rounds. And it's exactly what he's done tonight.
It's the body shots there, Brett. It's... As you say, like I've said, people that know body shots, they know it's money in the bank. When you want to withdraw it later on, it's there to go. And Blader's hurt from some of those body shots, and they slow you down.
He's landing really clean shots in this sixth and final round is Clint Hosking.
Yeah, Blader seems to be out of answers to the questions at the moment. You can see his movement's really slowed down. He's not really sure how to get in, and he's just going to take some big swings, but that's what he's going to need to do if he wants to catch Clint.
See Adam Mills looking intently in the background there. Look at him.
Yeah, Woolsey knows he's just cool, calm, and well, Woolsey's
he knows
a cool, calm, and collected
enough.
Customer outside of the ring, but not not when he was in the ring.
I've been really impressed with again how long the fight's gone, the better Clint Hosking has got.
Yeah, I agree with that, Brett. I think that a lot of people might have thought that, like you said, taking on a tough opponent and over 6 rounds, over such a long break, that he'd have grounds to give up or get tired or look sloppy, but he's been very sharp. He's been very clean. So credit to obviously Dale and credit to Woolsey for getting him in shape and ready to fight.
Closing stages of our co-main event of Thunderdome 30, watching WTV. We're broadcasting live from the great Perth Metro City, one of the best venues in the world to view boxing, and the crowd here absolutely loving tonight's action. Clint the Hammer Hosking on his way to a good victory over the Arief Blader. That's on our unofficial scorecard. There's something seriously wrong if it goes the other way, that's for sure.
Yeah, you better be careful with it. Brett, we might get in trouble if we don't get the right decision, but it's going to be a unanimous decision surely, unless something dramatic happens in the next last 30 seconds of the fight or something like that.
That's a slip. That is a slip, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, unless something dramatic happens, well, the 10 seconds. And Blader knows that he comes hard, but he just hasn't got the answers to the questions he's been asked.
Great performance by Clint Hammer Hosking and a lot of heart shown once again by the Arief Blader. So credit to both fighters. And I'm looking forward to having a chat and see how, well, he's looking pretty fresh, but I'm pretty sure he's keen to have a chat to me as well.
Fighters to the center of the ring, please. Bout 8 of the evening here at Thunderdome 30. We had 6 rounds of action in the lightweight division. Now we turn to the judges for their decision. Ladies and gentlemen, it is unanimous. Your winner, the blue corner, Clint Hosking.
I am with your winner, Clint the Hammer Hosking. Welcome back. It's been a long time, but it was great seeing you back in the ring. How did it feel? You need some water? Big Rig, get him some water.
It's been a long road back, guys. Pretty emotional, to tell you the truth. I've been through a lot. I've had 4 surgeries. Everyone thinks I gave up. I never gave up. Here I am today. I never gave up. You can do whatever you like, guys. Just put your mind to it. You can do whatever you like.
One thing that really impressed me about you tonight, the question was always going to be there after so long out of the ring, was whether there was going to be any ring rust. There wasn't any. I mean, the longer the fight went on, the better you got. And I was really impressed with your fitness. Obviously, you've had a great training camp. I mean, did it look like that to you?
I got caught a couple of times with his biggest shots in the first round. He didn't hurt me, so I knew I was right. Then once I warmed up in that first round, it's been 4 years, guys. I felt like I settled in a little bit round after round, and I'm not really a 6-round fighter. I've got to build it up from here, guys. I like to relax and get 8, maybe 10 out. That's just how I fight now. So 6 rounds is pretty short for me. It was okay tonight because it's probably all I had. I probably had a couple more, but 6 rounds was fine, Brett.
Tell us about your corner, because I've always described Adam Wills as really smart. He's obviously a former boxer, but really smart boxing brain as well. So what's it like having that support and also Big Rig in the corner for your fight?
It was awesome. This preparation was awesome. As you've seen, guys, I had Big Rig in the corner as my first tonight. Willsy, me brother, me mate, and me coach, and so is Big Rig, but Willsy couldn't do it this time, and I've always told Willsy family comes first. He's working away to support his family. Big Rig's in our team. It's whoever's in there. They both do a really good job, and I love them both. They do well.
Again, tonight was a return for you. The big question now is, when are we going to see you in the ring again?
As soon as fucking possible.
Will the boss Rhiannon actually let you back in the ring again?
Rhiannon, I love you to death. Like, she's the best. Rhiannon's got her own job when I fight. She takes over everything. This is how it should be for a fighter. All I do is fight and train. A lot of these other fighters have got to run around and sell their tickets. That's the way it is. But I've got a beautiful wife over there that just grabs hold of that job herself. And she does it. She takes it out of my hands. She knows what I go through, and she lets me be. I'm a prick at home sometimes. She lets it go. And she just does her job. She does everything that I should be doing, you know what I mean? She's running around selling those tickets. I don't need that shit on me mind. She does it all, and I love her for it. Thank you, Rhiannon.
We knew we had to mention that. Well done, Rhiannon. Again, it was great seeing you back in action tonight. Final word?
Yeah, I'd just like to thank my sponsor, Mark Broden. He's been there from the very start of my career. Every fight he's always here. Every fight he helps me out. He's an absolute legend, this guy from Bowden Select. He's a Kalgoorlie boy. Kalgoorlie boys always stick together. There's a heap of them in the crowd right now. I love you guys. You've always supported me. Thank you very much. And all of the guys that came to support me, all the guys from my gym, I love you all. Every message that you wrote, I can't respond to them all, but you know I thank you guys from the bottom of my heart. Thank you very much. I love you all, guys.
Well done. It was great to see you. Enjoy the rest of the night. Congratulations on your victory. Ladies and gentlemen, please congratulate Clint the Hammer Hosking.